Okay. Hello, hello. Hey, Jean. I know I normally don't come on in this time, but I'm trying a new adventure, and so I just figured I'd share the spontaneous results with you, or not so spontaneous, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so behind the scenes, let me drink a little bit. I'm thirsty. It's like 93 here today, so I've been in and out all day. Cleaning, playing, you know how it goes. All right. So you guys are always talking about you. When I say you guys, I'm talking about mixed media people. About creating. Wait, let me regroup my thoughts here. There are a lot of products out there that replicate rust, right? You buy these little tubes of stuff or little containers, and it's supposed to look like rust, and you do various things with it. And then, of course, you guys know that, I played with real rust, or I create real rust. And there's a few different ways I've been kind of like going through my mind how I might be able to make real rust paste, not fake rust paste. I haven't gotten there yet, um, but I'm on the road. And you got to try various things that come to mind and see if it works, see if it doesn't. So I figured I'd take you guys along for the ride to show you so far what's going on. So let me get, hold on. So, so what I did, I started off with, this stencil. That's what this is that you're looking at. And so I mixed up a concoction. No, I'm not sharing any recipes with you right now because so far things aren't working and I'm not sure what the final result's going to be. But needless to say, it's chemicals, some natural. Well, they're all natural. I mean, they're chemicals come out of the ground, right? So natural chemicals, and I've been kind of mixing them together and see what I can come up with. All right, well, this particular one, it's not dry yet, but it's not doing what I want it to do. I already know that. Um, I mean, it still looks cool and everything, but it looks like something you could just do with acrylic paint, even though it's not paint. It's all kinds of other doodad stuff. So I go, oh man, I was disappointed. So I go, okay, so let's go to recipe number 2. So I went to recipe number 2 and put it on this page. And look what's happening. It's starting to rust. Now this is just plain. This is clear. No, I'm not going to tell you everything right now. But needless to say, when applied, because all this down here started off looking like that. And it's happening. Woohoo! I'm so excited. Now this still isn't the texture to apply it that I'm looking for, but you got to start somewhere and then kind of work your way up. So at least I'm getting the chemical reaction that I'm hoping for. Now I have to work on creating the texture of the goop that I'm playing with. so that it's actually more like a paste. Because when I applied this, the dark that you see there, it's still on the thick side, but it's not the kind of paste I would hope for. Now, I don't know if I can get it to be any different. I don't know. That I don't know. But I'm going to try. So in theory, this is strictly theory, we could get any stencil that we want. Because right now when I do my rest prints, I'm literally getting a piece of metal, you know, certain shapes, and then I have to go through all this rigmarole to create my rest on it. Now everything I'm working with here are really the same components that I work with when I do the other rest. They're just in different forms, but it's all the same stuff. Nothing any different. But the what's the word I'm trying to think? The advantage of this is you don't have to rely on the shapes of your metal to create rust shapes, right? Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. And so if I can get this working the way I want it to, then you could use like, like stamps, for instance. If I could get the texture of the goop so that I could stamp with it, because right now, because it's not goopy as I would want it, I did it with a stencil. But my goal is to be able to stamp with it. And that way, like for instance, let's just think, say you had like a little logo or something, or just your name or something, then we could do it out of like the foam stamp, you know, like we did other stuff with the foam stamps, and then print with the foam stamps anything that we wanted to, anything we wanted to make. I mean, if you guys are like, you know how to do the real stamps, I don't get into making the rubber stamps. Everything I do is fake. So I make the fake stamps. You guys know that. We've done that together. And then you could make rust prints off of your whatever it was you wanted to do. Was I an art teacher? No way, Jose. Oh, no. My extension, oh dear. Maybe I've been inhaling too many fumes here. Whoops, let me get there. I never took an art class, never taught an art class. But let me tell you, when I was a kid, you could not get my face away from the few art and craft stuff they had on PBS. That was when I was a kid. That's what really sparked my imagination. Then I got into the construction field, and that part of my desire to express myself was expressed through home design and things like that, but never got into what I consider art. It was an expression, artistic expression, but not what is commonly thought of as art. So I think it's always been inside of me to want to do it. I just never had the circumstances or the time. And circumstances change. And voila, here I am. Alrighty. Okay, so I don't know what's going on over here. Just as long as it doesn't, like, you know, blow into flames while I'm here showing you this stuff. And if I stop talking all of a sudden, contact my husband. Maybe I passed out. I don't know. Now, I got my exhaust fans on, and like I say, this is all stuff I've worked with before, just in different format. All right, look at that. Isn't it looking cool, you guys? I'm sorry. I like it. I know a lot of you ladies don't like rust. I mean, you don't like the real rust. You go and buy little bottles of fake rust, but you're just not into the real stuff. All righty. I don't know what's going on over there. Let me see. Let me. Where's something to? I'd put my fingers in there, but maybe I shouldn't. Or maybe it's, oh, it's just doing its thing down there. Oh yeah, it's just bubbling. It's just getting excited. That's just, you know, when you get real excited and you start drooling from the mouth. I think that's what this is. It's getting excited. And it's just doing a little bit of drool there. Okay, so it's still printing. We're okay. It isn't like, okay, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I like it. Just let me finish tapping right here, and then I'll actually look up and see what you guys are saying. You know me. I know you all make excuses for me, and I appreciate it. I'm not sure if I missed these places or it just isn't oxidizing, but let's just put a tiny bit more there and see what happens. Now, what's interesting, I haven't looked at the back side. This print right now looks like the back side when I print with metal. You know, it's not as defined. It kind of bleeds a little bit, but then the front side is more defined. But I don't think that's going to happen in this case. Let's take a peekaboo and see. No, see, there won't be anything back here. I mean, there'll be a little coloration, but not a print. Okay, so, all right. Okay, let's see. I'm looking up if you have any questions. Yes, this is material. This is canvas. Let me scroll back. Okay, I don't see no questions. Good, because I don't really have any answers. I'm just taking you on the ride with me. I still got questions, no answers. Yeah, this is real rust. I'm creating rust. Let's put it that way. I didn't put rust on here. I created the rust on here. That's a little different. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I have a bunch of rust water. I think I talked about this before. And it's in these big tubs. You know those big square tubs that ice cream comes in? I have like 4 of those. And so now all of the rusty heaviness has settled down to the bottom. So I've got about a good 1.5 inches of like what real rust is down there. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if I can do it today because I need those big gigantic coffee filters. So what I'm going to do is find a little something and a colander and something for it to go in the water. And then I'm going to, excuse me, pour all that water in there. Then it's going to catch, I hope it catches the rust. I haven't done this yet. Catch the rest up on the top. Let that dry out. And then I'll have literally rust powder. That's my theory. And then I'll create a paste with that and try this. And that way I will be applying real rust as opposed to creating the rust. You follow that? I hope so, because I don't really know what I'm talking about. Ooh, somebody's cooking. Oh, rhubarb. You know what? I think the only thing I've ever tasted with rhubarb is just the pies they make here. And when I say pies, I mean at the grocery store kind of pies, bakery pies. I've never had like a real person, you know, make it in their kitchen and taste it. So I'm probably not tasting it right. I bet you taste better than Susan. I'm not trying to compare myself to rhubarb pie. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know you would share. We pay for it. What are you talking about? Oh, Jennifer, you missed the beginning. I didn't really explain how I did any of this. This is a secret still because I haven't perfected it. But I'm trying to create rust without using rust pieces to make the design. And to do this, instead of working with rust pieces, I started off with a stencil. And with a concoction, I stenciled the stencil with the concoction and then accelerated the rusting part. And this is what we've got. And it'll keep, you know, I think it'll still keep getting maybe a little bit darker. I'm not sure. When I want it to stop, all I have to do is rinse it out and then put it in. What I normally do with my other rusty stuff, I wash it out and then I get some water with a little bit of baking soda in it and just kind of sit it in there and swish it around. You remember how we swished? And that that neutralizes everything that's going on and then it stops rusting. But because this is canvas, I'm not worried about it as far as you know, burning a hole through it or anything. I mean, this is really thick stuff, so I'm not worried about that. No, I don't think I'm going to be making a kit of how to rust. I still don't know how to do that kind of rust yet. But we are going to do a rust kit, not this kind of rusting, but a few people have asked for that. So we are going to have a rust kit before summer's over. Because that's when I do most of my resting. I like to, I naturally heat it up just out in the sun. Ooh, look at that. It's foaming. It's so happy. It's foaming. Look at that happy foam. So, like when you work with the metal, you know, it bleeds out because a lot of mine, they bleed. So that's normal, but I wish there was a way I could do this so it wouldn't bleed, where it would be, well, I guess part of the charm of it is, you know, the messiness, I guess. Did I bust it out? Did I bust out fire? For what? No, no fire. No fire. I'm not a fond of fire. Hey, I still do my encaustic with a heat gun instead of a butane torch. I mean, there's just something about fire, but I'm gonna have to break down and do it because get me a torch because there's a new project I'm starting and I'm gonna have to use a torch. So, uh, yeah, happy foam. You got that. I know Nikki will find a way to sell it. Between Nikki and Johnny, they'll figure out a way to sell happy foam. Look, and it prints too. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. The happy foam prints. Okay, I'm getting somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Okay, so I think if I want to stop this bleeding, I probably need to stop it because it's just going to keep moving. You know, the moisture is just going to keep going out. So it's up to you guys if you want to sit and wait a couple of seconds. I'm going to go and I'll just keep it rolling. If you guys got to go somewhere, adios. Thank you for showing up. If you just got me in the background, well, leave me on. I'm going to go over and I'm going to take this out to rinse it because I want to put this down my drain. And I'm just going to go over on the fence and I'm going to, you know, with the high pressure water, and then I'll be back. If you're sticking around, talk among yourselves. I'll be back. Okay. All right. I would, looking back now, I would have left it longer. Because some of this got really pale down here. So, and some places it came off completely. So it's sort of like a give and take. If you want it to be more intense, you're just going to have to live with the bleeding. And actually, once you wipe it off, wash it off, there isn't as much bleeding as I thought there was going to be. So I'll just leave it on longer next time and not worry about the bleeding. All right. So this will look kind of cool if you did some stitching around it. I think that would look neat. And this guy, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, obviously it didn't rust, but I'm going to go run out there and squirt this one and see what this looks like. See if it actually did any printing at all. Oh my gosh, you just never know what's going to happen. You saw what that looked like before, right? Hold on, let me stretch this out. Oh my gosh, this is so freaky. Now look at that. Doesn't that look like some kind of ancient something or another? I love it. Here, this was the one that didn't work. Well, it didn't work the way it was supposed to. But whatever it did, I think it's pretty cool. This now almost looks a little bit, now what happened there? You know what happened? I think all of it wasn't gone. Because see, it didn't look like this before I rang it. When I just had it up there and I was squirting it and it looked normal. And then as I was walking in, I was ringing it. And I think it transposed. You can see what happened. It printed on top of it. See, I went like that. And then that's what happened. Because it's wet. Still wet. And I guess it's still I don't know. Guys, I'm just making it up as I go. All I know is I like it. Thanks, Brooke. So, anyway, so that's the scoop. Two completely different things. I'll do another one. I'm going to leave it on. I'm just going to leave it on until it just naturally dries. I'm not even going to, I'll rinse it out after it's dry because I'm going to put it outside. It's 90 degrees. It'll dry quick. It'll dry before it decays the fabrics. That's what I'm going to do. And I got this, so I'll let this one go dry and see. And once this one's dry, I'll wet it again and see if it's, if it reactivates or if it's, if it's set into it or what. I'm not sure. It's weird. I don't know. It's still got some googly glops there. Anyway. So another thing for us to get into trouble with. That's all I can say. Yeah, should not have washed that one. Do I have any more of that stuff? Hold on. I don't think I do. Or do I? Oh, wait. I do have some. I think that's what this is. I'm getting all my stuff confused. Yeah, I think this is it. Let me go see if I have another piece of fabric. Or maybe I should sit it on top of this and do it over again. How about that? I wonder if I can do that. Or should I just start all over? Let me go see if I have another piece. I'll just start all over. I'll just cut me a little piece here. And we'll try it real quick. And then I'm just going to sit it outside. Here's my scissors. And I'm just going to sit it outside and get about the right width. And then we'll see what happens. And then later on, after everything is dry, then I'll let you guys see the difference. We will difference. Whoops. Oopsie. Okay. Let's see. Let me get all this out of the way. We can put this outside. Try number 2. Try number 2. Let me get this little bit of tape. Where's my tape? I just had my tape. Where did I put my tape? Wow, this isn't what I'm looking for, but I'll use it. Wrong kind of tape, but that's okay. Very sticky. Here's my concoction. Flat enough, doesn't really matter. Let's just give it a try. I know, I should be wearing gloves. Put some on the side just to have color. Okay, let me go wash my hands. Whoops, no, I gotta take that off, wash that and my hands. See, I'm already forgetting what to do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't use real sticky tape, but I couldn't find my masking tape. Okay. Okay, I gotta go wash this. Okay, here we are. Bye, Jennifer. Okay, so yeah. Don't ask me what I'm doing because I'm not telling you. Don't ask me what I'm using because I'm not telling you. Not until I perfected, if I perfect. And then I'll share. Okay, so it'll take a little bit. It'll take a little bit. And then, okay, anybody can tell what I'm going to be doing next. Well, it might have been sugar, right? It might have been sugar. You just never know. It was, whoa, too much. Okay, well, doesn't matter. Okay. This takes a few minutes to do its thing, and then I'll come back with the second step or third step, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's already starting to get a little bit of the rust around the edges. I don't know if it's coming through right now for you guys. It's real subtle here, so you may not be able to see it. Let's see, where do I see it? A little bit around here, there, around here, a little bit. Okay. solution. Forget how long I left it. I need to start writing times down so I know what I'm doing. I think I just waited till I saw the little starting of the halo of the rest coming through, or starting to develop, whatever you want to call it. See, that's accelerating the oxidation. Now, see, I could put this outside. Well, no, I don't want it outside. I don't want it to dry. You have to keep it wet for the oxidation to occur. But if I were just to sit this somewhere and then mist it every so often and leave it, all day, this would naturally happen on its own. Just like when we did the cyanotype, certain things will happen on its own, but you can accelerate what would naturally happen. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. And I think if it naturally happened, I wouldn't get all that bleeding because I wouldn't be adding any more liquid to it. So I think I'll do one more later on tonight or today or whenever. And I'll just let it oxidize naturally and see if I can get away with not getting any of the bleeding. Although I don't mind the bleeding. But it's good to know, to compare one way with the other. Can you guys, oh yeah, you guys can see it. See, I haven't even put it on here and it's bleeding onto there and it's starting to oxidize right there. Very cool. My husband came in earlier. He says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm creating rest." He goes, "Oh, of course." I had to go give Mr. Bunny a little misting. I don't squirt him. I just put the hose on, that fine mist, and then I put it, downwind from him, and he just sits there and he wiggles his little whiskers. Then the birds come. They smell the water, I guess. I put in there when it's hot like this, fresh water in the morning, and then in the early afternoon. That water gets hot, even in the shade. Alrighty. Oh, look at that. It's happening. Okay, guys. I'm just going to keep doing this till I've got this all done, and I'm just going to let it do its thing before I let it dry on its own. I'm going to leave it inside, though, because I put it outside. It'll dry way too fast. It'll probably dry in about 10 minutes outside. Won't even have time to oxidize. Oh, yes. So when Mr. Bunny is nice and fast. Oh, you guys are vicious. I am a hypocritical meat eater. In the sense that I think it's gross and inhumane to eat an animal that you've known personally. I have no problem eating an animal I've never met. I don't mind going over and picking up, a roasted chicken. I don't mind going and buying a hamburger, but don't you dare offer me anything I've personally known. I think it's gross. I do not understand people that live on a farm and a ranch. Well, maybe they don't get to know their livestock on a personal basis, and name them and pet them and everything. But no, I don't think so. I might be able to catch a fish and eat it. I don't think so, though. Definitely, I couldn't raise a fish and feed him and then go eat him. How gross is that? I might have a hard time, like, nurturing a head of lettuce, protecting it from bugs and everything, and then going doing the very same thing I was trying to stop the bugs from doing, ripping it out, eating it. I mean, I think I have odd values. Just give me a head of lettuce in the store and let me crack that puppy open. Now, where I do not draw my line, see, everybody has their breaking point. I have absolutely no problem getting a beautiful flower and boiling it to death. See, I have no problem with that. None at all. And I don't even eat it. Maybe that's why. Maybe if I boiled and ate it, then my conscience would kick in. Oh my gosh, Arlene. Oh, see, that's what I mean. Sick puppies. Oh my gosh. How do you grow up to be sensitive when you eat your namesake for dinner? Oh my gosh. Oh boy, that's funny. That's a cute story. I think Susan or Brooke should make a little journal with that story in there with their pictures. Alrighty. I think we're accelerated. Okay, where is, oh, here it is. Never mind. Sue hasn't have a problem with any of that. More power to you, Sue. I'm just a wimp. A hypocrite and a wimp. Ugh, what a combo. At least I admit it, you know? Okay, so what I'm going to do with this now, I'm not going to wash it. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to let it naturally do its thing, see how intense it gets. And you know what I think I'm going to do? When I normally do my resting, I put this in a black plastic bag and go lay it out in the sun. And the heat kind of bakes it, and the natural moisture already in here kind of sweats in there, so it keeps it moist as opposed to just drying out. I think I'll do that because I know that works really well with my other resting. So let me try the same application with this and see what happens. I'll make sure that Mr. Bunny can't get close to it. I don't want him investigating and nibbling on anything. Close up the bag really good because I don't want Bunny for dinner. Woohoo! Okay. So, let me see what you guys were talking about. Yeah. Yeah, that turkey thing too. Yeah, I know, Sandra. I'm a double whammy, and I admit it. Oh yeah, I know. I'm explosion free. I've done it, you know, exactly like that before. Many, many times. Everything's hunky dory. No explosions yet, anyway. That's all I can say. All I can say is none yet. So, oh. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Sue. Yet. I'll have my hose and my extinguisher ready. Oh my goodness, you guys are crazy, just like me. Okay, ladies, I'm going to let you go. I am going to go get my garbage bag. We're going to stick this in there and leave it there for a few hours and see what happens. And then let my other stuff dry, and then the rest will be history. And then I'm off to, meanwhile, I'm going to try and see if I can find some kind of a large, I think I might have some of those really big coffee filters. That's what I need to pour off my my rusty water, you know, to collect all that rust. So, question. You can tomorrow. I've saved it. The dye water, I've saved it before. If you've got some, all I do is I just put it in a I save all my jars, you know, from stuff I buy, food I buy. And I just put it in a jar. And if you haven't put any plants in it, it won't go bad, you know. But if and when you want to save water that you have done your eco dyeing in, let's say you got a nice blend or nice rust or whatever, I also put it in a jar, but I put it in the refrigerator. And it'll last over a week before you start seeing little mold or something. But you can just take the mold off. It isn't like you're going to be eating the stuff. You're just going to be boiling with it. So yeah, you can save it. All right, ladies. We'll see how it goes. And once I get a for sure recipe of something that actually works, I will let you ladies know. But I think it's more fun just leaving you, you know, with the mystery. Doesn't this look mysterious? It's mysterious. So I got to keep. Oh, look, it's foaming. It's gonna explode in a second. I better go. All right. So I will talk to you guys later, and I'll let you know how these come out. All right. Thanks for keeping me company. Bye.